Quad 4A is taking you to the next level in many ways with the Kmart Hexacopter. We showed you how to add LEDs, showed you how to do a power tap, we showed you how to put on VPV, showed you how to do a dual battery. So now the final stage is to add GPS. Why GPS? Well, think of it as being in boot camp. You get one of these quads or hexacopters from Kmart, those sort of shops, to get your feet wet, see if you enjoy it, and if the bug bites you, you then progress further and further. So this series has really been like a boot camp. Everything that I've showed you through the series that you have purchased, you can use on full size equipment, no problem. And I also try to show you the simplest way, simplest equipment to use. With the VPV setup, I showed you the camera and the transmitter all in one, and that replaces a separate camera and a separate transmitter. As you can see, a great saving. And remember I told you that the transmitter can detach from the camera and be a separate unit like those. And in fact this is the particular unit that they use, same size and that. So when you come to fit a GPS, it's great. So I've got a GPS. But as you know, a GPS is no good unless you've got a screen. And the screen I showed you last time was a little monitor. And if you're going up, you can get yourself a pair of cheap goggles and use that. So to get the GPS information onto the screen, you need what is known as OSD, an on-screen display. So if you have your camera, it then needs to go into on-screen display, out of the on-screen display, and through the transmitter, through the air, over to the receiver, your monitor or your goggles, and in through that way. As you can see, some of these plugs are fairly big, but in the kits you'll have one plug, but then normally there's another set of plugs. So the only problem with this is when you pull them apart, you have to have an on-screen display, and you may have to make up your own cables to suit, because as you've learnt by now, no matter what you buy, it's supposed to be a standard, they all have different cables. So look at all my other videos on crimping and all that type of thing, and you'll see how to overcome it. GPS and OSD chip, you can have separate ones like the mini OSD, which I've got on the other quads, but the turret comes in integrated, so it has the connections for the GPS, and it will superimpose that over the video signal, so the camera can connect to that. So you have video in, and then you have a video out, video in and video out, and then the GPS data is overlaid on that. So matching up your on-screen display, they're normally used with, say, a Pixhawk or a NAS32 that has that type of data coming out, but this is standalone. You also can connect your battery voltage. So when you're flying along, you can see the GPS position, and you can also see how much voltage you have left. So that's quite a simple setup. They're about 35 bucks, and as you are aware by now, I hope, that at the end of all my videos there is a QR code. There's one with little black and white squares on it. At the very end, past the last title, you just get your smartphone with the app on it, barcode reader app, pause the video, take a photo, and it'll list supplies, part numbers, videos, prices, eBay numbers, everything that I talk about in the video. And a lot of the other quads, they'll have a stand coming up and it's sitting up the top and all that. But the good bit about the quad, and I'll just take the cover off, is underneath this cover is just a decorative cover, very thin. So what you have to do is just get your double-sided tape and tape it in position, and there's enough cable length to come down, or you can just double-side tape this wherever you like, the module, and run your cables that way. So what you may have to do is remove the transmitter. That can come off from the camera and the camera will stay on the mount, or use your own setup. Find a position for the transmitter. You can stick it inside and poke a hole in the top if you like, and connect it up like that. So then you can learn how to use the GPS, especially when you're just wearing goggles and there's nothing else. You don't know which way you're pointing, which way you're going. So this could teach you to learn to turn back 180 degrees to come back the way you started, turn left, turn right. So it's a great boot camp, a great training ground for you to get the skills in safety and in ease. So by now, your $100 quad may have cost you an extra $100 for all the equipment. It'll be less than that, but we'll say $100, which you then can put on any other quad you use in the future, and you've learned a great deal that money can't buy. So when you do step up to the next level, you've got the skills necessary. So I hope Quad 4A has helped you along that journey to getting more out of your toy and becoming more professional in your flying skills. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, tell your friends. If you haven't, tell me. And till next time, thanks for watching.